Hi, this is an extension video of the first one where I added some frequent controls to introduce you to RCcontroller. This time we are going to add some controls and see how those work. So we start RCcontroller. From the previous setup we have frequent controls. All we need to do is to go to settings, we select our controller, we edit, and we just add some few seldom controls. Let's add a switch and a toggle button. We should call it my toggle seldom. And we should call this my switch seldom. Let's make the toggle button a little bit bigger. Alright, we go back and they're clustered at the top left, so we need to drag and add them. You try and space the things well. Alright, we turn it off. Now let's see how the values of the seldom buttons are going to be sent to our remote device. We connect to the Bluetooth device. Alright, connected. We open our serial monitor and it's blocked. I think we should just reconnect. This Bluetooth connection is not reliable at all. It's so annoying. Alright. Still getting nothing? That is so weird. Oh, I haven't selected my serial port. Alright, now I have something. So because frequent controls are sent every like 200 milliseconds, we always see them. The remote device always receives the frequent control values, and you can tell that by the F prefix, and the new line suffix is invincible, like it's basically the new line character. So you go down to the next value. So the first F tells you it's the frequent control payload. Now what happens when we change the values of one of the seldom controls? Now let's see. I'm gonna change one value for the toggle, and now let's pause. You can see here immediately I changed the value. We got an S as like a payload with an S prefix. Now that is the Seldom Controls payload. Their values are only sent when one of the controls toggle a value, or like basically change a value. Now this is more preferable to the frequent controls in situations where you don't want to be sending the values always. Like you don't want to be sending, like how frequent controls behave. Every 200 milliseconds, or like every some delay, they send all the values all the time. If you don't want to waste too much processing power, you just send the values when they change. That is what Seldom Controls are used for. So when one of the values change, then the payload comes in. That is Seldom Control, and the S at the beginning tells you it's a Seldom Control. I had something else to say. Alright, we can click on the auto scroll, and you see frequent controls are still being sent. Now we have a map. Okay, I didn't add latitude and longitude, so I can't add a map. But basically, you can add it and try. Yeah, I just remembered. What I wanted to talk about was the device pitch and device roll. Those refer to the pitch and roll of your smartphone. So I don't know which one is the last, let's say, but I think it's device pitch. Device pitch is the penultimate. You can see as I pitch, the values change for the penultimate. It goes from like negative, something to about 70, around 70, around 80. And then when I roll the very last one, the very last value changes. So you can use your phone's orientation to control stuff too. This can basically be used for remote controlled cars. So I think that was what I wanted to append to the previous video. Thank you.